What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. We back, baby. We back. And it feels good to be able to talk about some basketball. The NBA season popped off last Tuesday, and shit getting real quick. It's getting real quick. I'm talking about we got a lot of not a lot of new players in a lot of new places. We got a lot of players returning from injury, man. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it. We gonna start with the Eastern Conference, man, and we gonna pop it off. We gonna pop it off with them Brooklyn Nets. We gonna start strong. It's so good to see Ben Simmons back on the basketball court. It's very good to see Ben Simmons back on the basketball court. Now, with that being said, it's gonna take Ben Simmons a little while to get used to being back on the basketball court. We gotta remember, man, this man, the last time Ben Simmons played, like, was it was just a long time ago. It's just been a long time. It's gonna take some time for him, KD, and KD. I said him, KD, and Kyrie to click. It's gonna take some time. So cut him some slack, give him some break. We don't stop looking at Ben got more fouls than points, whatever. We don't care. Give him some time. Now I will say this about Brooklyn: Steve Nash, you gotta figure that shit out. No more excuses, dog. Like you gotta figure this out. You got the role players, you got the shooters, you gotta figure this out. You are the reason that these people are talking like you just gotta figure it out. All right, like you gotta figure it out. Good effort against Memphis. It's okay for Ja to go for 38. Desmond Bain cannot go for 38 and Jaren Jackson be out and they win. That's what cannot happen. We're gonna move on from Brooklyn. We're gonna leave them alone. Milwaukee looks like Milwaukee. Giannis looks like Giannis. They get Chris Middleton back. They're gonna be right back to what they was doing. So Milwaukee is fine. Philly, a lot of people worried because Philly started 0-3, but it's okay. It's all right. It's gonna take a minute. All right. Don't look too deep into these early season losses. Like I mean that. Now we're gonna get to a particular team and we're gonna stop for a second and we're gonna talk about these early season losses. But right now, it's all right. It's all right. James Harden looks amazing. Looks amazing. I'm talking about he coming off screens, hitting middies and shit. I ain't never seen James do it. Man, James Harden looks amazing. Joel Embiid is looking like Joel Embiid is feeding off James Harden a little bit. I think that's taking some getting used to because Joel Embiid is just used to give me the ball. But James Harden is cooking right now. Joel Embiid has to learn how to not always be the primary guy. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. Like the PJ Tucker addition, Tobias Harris needs to stay consistent. If Tyrese Maxey can continue to go like this, I think that team will be fine. I really do. Doc is somewhat on the hot seat. He got to figure it out. That loss to the Spurs was ugly. It was very ugly. But we're going to hold on that. We're going to hold on that. It's early. Cleveland. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Cleveland. Cavaliers look good. Donovan Mitchell is adjusting seamlessly. And to be honest with you, Darius Garland going out of the lineup for a little bit might have helped him. You know, I know you want to get that chemistry down. I know you want to get game reps, but I think Darius Garland going down for a little bit might help Donovan Mitchell. It's going to allow him to really see what he got with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and he got some pieces. Like I wasn't high on this Cleveland team when they made the trade, but now that I've sat back and watched them, they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem because Evan Mobley is only getting better. Jared Allen is only getting better at what he does. And I mean, if Cedi Osman and Isaac Okoro or I don't know, man, just this team is good. This team is real good. They're good. They're gonna cause some fits. Now the Hawks, my boys. Watch out. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray for real. Like they for real. John Collins looks amazing. DeAndre Hunter looks amazing. The split at big between Big O and Clint Capella looks good. Jalen Johnson's getting some action. I'm worried about our backup point guard a little bit, but not too much because we did get DeJounte and that interchangeable. I mean, I think They, somebody told me the Hawks might, like, for real, might lead the league in assists, and I can't knock it. I can't knock it. The Hawks look so good. Yeah, we got our ass beat by Charlotte, but again, it's early. We're not gonna look too deep into these early season losses. I'm not gonna stress that enough. All right. Boston seems to be okay, despite all of the off the court issues and behind the scenes issues with Ime Udoka. They seem to be okay. They seem to be focused. They took an ugly loss to Chicago the other night against the Bulls, but Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are slowly ascending to possibly being the top duo in basketball. I know some people already have them there, but they're emerging. They're emerging. Jaylen Brown's bag is only getting deeper. Jason Tatum's bag isn't necessarily getting deeper, but it's getting better. I mean, the Malcolm Brogdon addition is going to be huge. We see that. Between him, Derek White, and Marcus Smart, those three to me are going to be the key. And Robert Williams, his health. If Robert Williams can somehow give you, I don't know, 50, 60 games once he comes back from this injury, I think the Celtics will be in pretty good shape. I really do. What we got? The Toronto Raptors, Chicago Bulls. Raptors, Siakam look good. It's a lot of good teams. You got the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero stepping into the starting lineup, giving that green light. He looks good. Jimmy Butler looks good. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Down in Orlando, Paolo, Jesus Christ. Paolo looks like the next coming. I mean, and that team is so damn big. I think I saw a lineup the other night. They had Bo playing the 3. Like, legit the 3. Like he was legit playing small forward. That's scary. Especially if it's being executed to perfection. Like Jamal Mosley, if he could somehow figure that out, oh man. Orlando could be like a serious problem. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jaden Ivey up in Detroit. Cade Cunningham, hopefully he can take that next step. It sucks that Marvin Bagley got hurt, but it is what it is, man. I like their bigs. I like Isaiah Stewart. His feistiness, his he seems to be the guy that's gonna make that team go. Seems like he's gonna have that Udonis Haslem type effect on the Detroit Pistons. But I like the Bogdan Bogdanovic pickup. Having him and Sadiq Bey, in that lineup, being able to stretch the floor, doing some good things. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to make the playoffs, but I can see Detroit, finally moving in the right direction with this Jaden Ivey pick. The backcourt's what's hot right now. Having a dynamic backcourt, that's what's hot right now. That's hot. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of those guys. Charlotte, not really too much to report on from Charlotte. LaMelo Ball's out. Ankle injury. Not really too much to report from Washington. Pretty neutral. Bradley Beal, Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, they doing pretty good. Chicago Bulls. Worried about the Bulls. I saw some reports about Lonzo. Don't know how true they were. Don't even know if it was real or fake or not. My boy's struggling to walk. My boy having issues, with his leg mobility. He's having struggle walking and stuff like that. It just seems like Lonzo ain't right. And that pains me to say because I love Lonzo Ball. I love him as a player. I love what he does on the court. I love what he brings to a team. But if he's not okay, then where does that leave Chicago at point guard? I mean, yeah, you got Zach. Yeah, you got DeMar. Yeah, you got Vucevic. You got Pat Williams. You got Kobe White, Alex Caruso. But having the dynamic of what Lonzo can do, it changes your offense. It changes your team. And shit, what he can do on defense as well. I mean, I just hope he can get back to being 100%. And I just hope he can get back to playing ball. I feel like I'm forgetting some people. The Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton. For anybody who don't know, points, rebound, assists, prize picks, Tyrese Halliburton, over. You hear me? It's a lot. Tyrese Halliburton has been given the keys to the ship in Indiana. Him and Benedict looked amazing. Benedict is their first-round pick this past season. He's number 00. But those boys look legit. Like, Tyrese Halliburton is for real. I see what J.J. Redick meant. I see what everybody's, said, why would they make that trade? I see why people said the Kings were stupid. I see why people said the Kings lost that trade, even though they got an all-star big against Sabonis. I see why now. I see why. Tyrese Halliburton is the real deal. I apologize for not believing in that young man, but he has showed me wrong and shut me up for sure. That might be it out of the East. That might be all I got. The Knicks look same old. I ain't gonna say same old Knicks. I ain't gonna do them like that. I'm gonna give them a chance. But the Knicks kind of like Washington and a couple of those other teams. Nothing really to report right now. Glad to see Cam Reddish in the lineup getting consistent minutes. Only thing I really got in New York is what is Jalen Brunson gonna be, and Julius Randle better watch out because it looked like Obi Toppin coming for that starting 4 spot. But other than that, I think that's all I got out of the Eastern Conference right now, man. We're gonna move over to the West. And it's interesting over there. It's hard not to start with the Lakers. I don't really know what to say about the Lakers. I don't. I mean, do you trade Russ? Who takes Russ? Do you bench Russ? I don't know. I don't know how Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka are gonna handle that. I don't. I think they were hoping that nothing happened in the offseason, so we just gonna move forward and hopefully it works itself out. But it's not looking like it's gonna work itself out. When you got Russ, when you're up in the game and you got Russ taking a shot and the camera just pans in on Anthony Davis and LeBron James and they're both like, what are you doing? It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. They got another, and I ain't trying to be on number. They got another undrafted free agent white boy who's in the rotation. Matt Ryan, spot up shooter, knockdown 3-point shooter. That's cool and all, but he getting picked on in the pick and rolls. Is Anthony Davis still ain't rebounding. It's gonna take some time. And I don't even know if time is gonna fix the problems they got. But man, LeBron looks good. AD's back on the court. There's some upside. I mean, real talk, there's some upside. Lonnie Walker had 26 the other night. That's something to be excited about. They just got to figure it out. It's good to see Kendrick Nunn back on the court. Dennis Schroeder, get yourself healthy so they need you. I just really hope that team can figure it out. I do. Clippers, I'm scared of the Clippers. I ain't going to lie. Kawhi, John Wall, they still doing their rehab thing and, trying to get back to being what they once was. But it's not too much pressure on them to play right now because that team's so deep. Like, they're able to take every other game off and, stuff like that. But, Paul George might need a little bit more out of Paul George, but the Clippers will be fine. Warriors are the Warriors. That team is so deep. Good Lord, they could run 12, 13 players if they truly wanted to. But the Warriors, I ain't even finna sit here and get too deep into the Warriors because we know they paid Jordan Poole, they paid Andrew Wiggins. This could possibly be the last season of Draymond and Golden State. Why not go out with a bang? I feel like they just have that championship pedigree, that championship mentality. I know we only 3 games in, but let's just get through this regular season so we can start cooking motherfuckers. You feel me? The Grizzlies. Ja Morant looks amazing. Desmond Bane dropped 38 points the other night on the Brooklyn Nets. I told somebody, I said, it looked like Ja coming for MVP. Ja and Luka on some different stuff. Ja and Luka on some different stuff. Real talk. Can't wait for Ja to get Jaren Jackson back. That's going to be a huge help, Jaren Jackson. Because right now, he out there doing it all. I mean, he doing it all, dog. Like, Ja Morant is doing it all. Pelicans looking good. McCollum, B.I., Zion, and Jonas Valanciunas down there eating the boys up. Murphy looking like a true first-round pick. Let's go. Herb Jones being Herb Jones on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, watch out for the New Orleans Pelicans, man. I'm talking about, like, top 6, no play-in. Pelicans look for real. Somebody also looks for real. Trailblazers. Again, only 4 games. But Dame and Anthony Simons look like they on some different type of time. Dame trusts that kid and will willingly pass him the ball and don't care what shots he shoots. Jeremy Grant looks like an underrated offseason addition. He's fit in perfect. They look good. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the young man, Shaedon Sharpe. It's looking up in Portland. Look like Chauncey got them boys right. Denver, you get Murray and MPJ back. MPJ had a big game the other night. Jamal Murray, just give him some time, all right? Just give him some time. He will be back to being on Schmitty's under the rim. But Jokic still looks like Jokic. Jokic ain't lost a step. It looks like he's in a little bit better shape than he has been in the past to start the season. That goes for Luka as well. Luka looks like he came into the season ready. Like, he looks chiseled. Like, I don't know if you're talking about Orange or Deer. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Luka looks right. Phoenix, in my opinion, same old Phoenix. Literally almost the exact same team. The energy with DeAndre Ayton is just weird. Chris Paul. It's just gonna be hard to do what Phoenix wants to do with Chris Paul being your second best player. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be extremely hard. Thunder, not really too much to report on them. Pretty interesting team. I'm a fan of Josh Giddey. Houston, nothing really to report on them. Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, they got into a little argument the other night, but they got to learn to coexist. Y'all the future. Like, figure it the fuck out. Like, I don't know what y'all was over there arguing about, but figure it out. Get out of my face with that. Y'all are the future. Y'all, it's too early for y'all to be getting as mad as y'all got at each other, because it looked like Jalen Green really wanted to throw hands. But y'all got to chill. Minnesota, the Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns thing is looking right. Rudy Gobert looks like he came into the season like, I'm going to rebound, block shots, and catch lobs. That's what I'm doing. I ain't getting on no block. I ain't working from no free throw line. I ain't going past the elbow. Rebound, shot blocks, lobs. And I mean, it's been pretty interesting watching Cat out there on the perimeter, handling the rock, doing this thing. It's been interesting. I like to see it. Show me something then, If you got it, go with it. Utah, Lord have mercy. Utah. How? Like, Lauri Markkanen put on a Jazz jersey and became Dirk Nowitzki. Like, Lauri Markkanen, I was having this conversation with myself, and I was sitting here watching the Jazz highlights, and I was like, what if this dude is just, like, really like that? What if in Chicago he was just too young? And what if in Cleveland he just didn't get the looks? Lauri Markkanen might for real be like that. I'm talking 25 and 12 type shit. Like, what if he just like that? I don't think people have really taken that into consideration. Like, people looked at him as a throw-in in that, and he wasn't even the hottest name in that trade on what Colin Sexton was he was the guy that signed the extension as soon as he touched down in Utah. Lowry. Malik Beasley looks good. Jordan Clarkson is on a different type of time. Mike Conley, he got the shit crossed out of him by D'Lo, but they won the game. Walker Kessler, Walker Kessler, big man from Auburn, looking good. Like, that team, they playing as a team. And again, it's early. We're not going to over-exaggerate. We're not going to overreact. We're not going to overhype these boys. But they came into the season with the right mentality. They played Minnesota second game of the season after losing Rudy Gobert and beat them. Utah looked good. Spurs, we ain't really got nothing to report on the Spurs. I mean, Kings, De'Aaron Fox looks good. Keegan Murray looks good. I think the Kings could possibly compete for a play-in. They made some good additions this year. I mean, Kevin Huerter addition was huge. Bringing in Malik Monk to pair with De'Aaron Fox, you know, just from a peace of mind standpoint, was huge. I think Sacramento could possibly compete for a play-in. I'm not going to just automatically lock them in the lottery again, but I think they'll be all right. That might be all I got. It's a long season, guys. It's a long season. I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do the NBA breakdowns. I'm working on it. I don't know if I just want to do week by week. When something hot pops up, do I just want to talk about it? I ain't really figured it out, but we're going to figure it out. That's really all I got right now, guys, for the NBA. I mean, I'm happy the NBA is back. We got the MLB coming to a close. We got the NFL getting right into the meat of the schedule. We got the NBA starting up. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. You know, right now I got all three sports right now, and I got them for probably another 2 weeks if that World Series goes to a 7-game. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to talk about this. We're gonna get more active on Twitter and Facebook. We're gonna talk about it, guys. We gonna talk about this stuff. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. I am Z, coming to you from the basement.